For the past 1 week, the nation has been mourning the passing away of Kenya's second president, Daniel Arap Moi. Several colourful and well-coordinated events preceded the final burial ceremony. And during this period, a lot was said by his family, friends, foes and ordinary Kenyans, many who had lived through his 24-year presidency. The death and burial of Mzee Moi appeared to unite Kenyans, especially after months of heightened political bickering. In fact, I would say that there has been unprecedented outpouring of good manners in the country this past week. So civilized has been the conversation that even a majority of those who felt aggrieved by the Moi regime seemed to express their anger and disappointment with a tinge of courtesy. This was amazingly unfamiliar territory for many Kenyans who are now accustomed to the cacophony of endless political bickering that reaches a crescendo every weekend at funerals, church gatherings and rallies. The most recent and perhaps loudest noise has been about the Building Bridges Initiative, or BBI. And yet they will all tell you they are not opposed to the document. So what a welcome relief it was to hear everyone either quiet or at last speaking with some decorum. It is almost as if we now have to wait for a prominent figure to die for the noise to stop and for good manners to begin. But surely we cannot expect people to die every week for us to speak to each other with some respect and for politicians to simply give us a break. Who said that politics has to be noisy? Who said disagreement has to be a matter of life and death? After all, for the events of this past week, we now know that political noise is not an inborn trait. It is an acquired behavior. They can turn it on when they want and turn it off when and for how long they deem fit. If you are to believe what we were told during that famous handshake in 2018, the BBI was meant to end, among other things, animosity and divisions in the country. It was meant to spur development and promote equality. Is it not ironic now that the biggest casualty of the BBI standoff seems to be the economy? What happened to the so-called Big Four agenda? Are we still going to get universal health coverage? Are we still pursuing food security? Are we still trying to attract increased manufacturing in Kenya? What about the 500,000 houses? Are they sprouting somewhere in those rallies and other political theatres? This can only remind me of what Mzee Moi once said, siasa mbaya, maisha mbaya. And now, hours after Moi's burial, the weekend is upon us. And with it will come a true test of our leaders' manners all over again. Will it be a case of restore to factory settings, or can they hold on to their newfound good manners? And for how long? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's my memo.